The mindset shift from employee thinking to owner thinking. Ladies and gentlemen, there is a silent difference that separates people who only earn money from people who build wealth. It is not education, it is not talent, it is not even opportunity. The true difference lies in one powerful thing: mindset. Today, we are going to talk about one of the most life-changing transformations anyone can experience: the shift from employee thinking to owner thinking. This shift does not mean you must immediately quit your job. It does not mean being an employee is wrong. What it means is changing how you see responsibility, value, growth, and opportunity. Because the moment your mindset changes, your future begins to change. Understanding employee thinking. Let's start with employee thinking. Employee thinking is not bad. In fact, it provides stability, it provides structure, it provides income. But the challenge is that employee thinking often focuses on security over growth. An employee mindset often asks, how many hours do I need to work? What is my salary? Is this my job responsibility? When is my next vacation? Employee thinking focuses on trading time for money. When employees finish their tasks, they feel their responsibility ends. They are trained to follow instructions, avoid mistakes, and wait for direction. Their success is often measured by performance reviews, promotions, and raises. But here is the hidden limitation. When your income depends only on your time, your earning potential is limited by 24 hours in a day. Understanding owner thinking. Now let's talk about owner thinking. Owners think differently. Owners ask different questions. They ask, how can I create value? How can this improve long-term growth? What problems can I solve? How can I build systems that work even when I rest? Owner thinking focuses on creating value, building assets, and solving problems. Owners do not only work in their business or career, they work on building something bigger than themselves. Owners think long-term. They understand that real success is not built in days or months, it's built through consistent vision, patience, and resilience. The biggest difference: responsibility. The greatest shift between employee thinking and owner thinking is responsibility. Employees often accept responsibility for tasks. Owners accept responsibility for results. Owners do not blame the economy, the market, or circumstances. Instead, they ask, what can I learn? What can I improve? How can I adapt? This level of responsibility is powerful because it gives control back to you. When you take ownership of your growth, your skills, and your decisions, you stop waiting for opportunities and start creating them. Owners focus on value, not just income. Employee thinking asks, how much do I get paid? Owner thinking asks, how much value do I create? Here is a powerful truth. Income is a reflection of value. The more problems you solve, the more people you help, the more valuable you become. Owners constantly improve their skills, expand their knowledge, and look for ways to serve others better. They understand that money follows value, not the other way around. Owners think long-term. Employee thinking often focuses on immediate rewards. Owner thinking focuses on long-term vision. Owners are willing to sacrifice comfort today for freedom tomorrow. They invest time learning new skills. They invest money into assets. They invest energy into building systems that continue producing results. They understand that success is not about quick wins, it's about sustainable growth. Owners build systems, not just effort. Employees depend heavily on effort. Owners focus on building systems. A system could be a business process, an investment portfolio, a digital product, a passive income stream, a team structure. Systems allow results to continue even when effort stops. That's why owners ask, how can this work without me being present all the time? Owners embrace failure differently. Employee thinking often fears mistakes. Owner thinking understands failure is part of learning. Owners don't see failure as the end. They see it as feedback. Every mistake becomes a lesson. Every challenge becomes training. Many successful entrepreneurs, investors, and leaders have failed many times, but they did not stop. They learned, they adapted, they grew stronger. Failure is not the opposite of success, it's part of success. Owners invest in growth. Employees often spend money first and invest later. Owners invest first in knowledge, skills, relationships, and assets. They read books, they attend seminars, they surround themselves with mentors and successful thinkers. They understand that personal growth leads to financial growth. Owners control their financial future. Employee thinking depends on salary increases. Owner thinking focuses on building multiple income streams. Owners understand that relying on one income source is risky, so they create backup systems like investments, side businesses, or digital opportunities. This doesn't happen overnight. It starts with small steps, small investments, small learning experiences. But over time, these small steps create powerful financial independence. Now you may be asking, how do I begin thinking like an owner? Here are simple but powerful steps. 1. Start taking initiative. Do more than what is required. Look for solutions, not just instructions. 2. Learn financial education. Understand assets, liabilities, investing, and money management. 3. Focus on problem solving. Ask yourself daily, what problems can I solve today? 4. Think long term. Start planning your future 5 or 10 years ahead. 5. Build skills continuously. Skills are assets that no one can take away from you. 6. Start small ownership habits. Even if you're an employee, treat your work like you own the company. Care about results, care about improvement, care about impact. The truth of freedom. True freedom is not only about having money. True freedom is having control over your time, control over your choices, control over your future. Owner thinking moves you closer to that freedom. You do not need to quit your job to think like an owner. This is very important. You can still be an employee while developing owner thinking. In fact, many successful business leaders started as employees who simply thought differently. They treated their job as a training ground. They learned skills. They observed leadership. They studied systems. And when opportunity came, they were ready. The power of mindset. Your mindset is the foundation of your success. If you think like an employee forever, you may always depend on external opportunities. If you think like an owner, you begin creating internal power, vision, responsibility, and creativity. And once your mindset changes, your actions change, your habits change, your results change. Final message. Let me leave you with this powerful thought. The biggest promotion you'll ever receive is not from your boss. It's the promotion you give yourself when you upgrade your thinking. You do not need permission to think bigger. You do not need permission to take responsibility. You do not need permission to build your future. Start today. Start thinking about value instead of salary. Start thinking about growth instead of comfort. Start thinking about ownership instead of limitation. Because the moment you begin thinking like an owner, you stop working only for money, and you start building a life of purpose, impact, and freedom. If you found inspiration in this message, remember, your mindset is your most powerful investment. Protect it, grow it, and use it to create the life you truly deserve. Thank you.